there is now a second whistleblower. This is according to Mark Zett, who is the attorney representing the original whistleblower on the whole Trump Ukraine thing, which triggered, of course, an impeachment inquiry. He told ABC News that he is now representing a second whistleblower who has now spoken with the Inspector General. Now, this second person, also described as an intelligence official, is said to have had first-hand knowledge of some of the allegations outlined in the original whistleblower complaint that was released. So, yeah, not good for Donald Trump. I would think that it's very bad because it kind of undercuts this whole totally not accurate. Really, totally not accurate. This phone call, it was absolutely perfect with Zelensky. Well, okay, well, if you have a whistleblower that now has first-hand knowledge and not just second-hand knowledge, which is what the original whistleblower had, and that same person found it very, very problematic what was in that call. Well, now, since he has first-hand knowledge, he's seen the call, or he's seen the transcript of the call, and was like, yeah, that's not good. Totally, completely destroys one of Donald Trump's arguments, and of course, you're going to see later on what his new argument is. So now, according to the 7-page complaint, Trump had pushed a foreign power to investigate Joe Biden. We know that. Biden's son, as well, Hunter, is involved, and that unnamed senior White House officials then tried to lock down all the records into a private server of that phone call, where they only put some of the most top secret, super secret information. And somehow Donald Trump's transcript of this call, not just this call though, many calls, many calls with other foreign leaders, also ended up in that super secret vault. I wonder if he's made a habit of asking foreign leaders to do political investigations of his rivals. Oh, right. He did, because literally he came out and asked for China to do an investigation into Joe Biden as well. So we know that. Okay, anyway. So now, it is important to note that the second official, the second whistleblower, has spoken with the Inspector General, but has not communicated yet with the congressional committees that are conducting this investigation. Hopefully that comes soon. I don't know when that's going to happen, if it happens yet. We also don't know how many people are going to be involved. It looks as though, so far, one whistleblower, two whistleblowers, it's a little bit of a trickle. But as these things tend to go, there could end up being the dam bursting. Because then again, we have a lot of people involved at the State Department that are involved with this situation. Now, according to the first whistleblower, for example, more than half a dozen U.S. officials have information that's relevant to the investigation. That's 6 people, at least. Oh, if it happens, if this dam bursts, it's going to be damning. Yes, pun intentional. And I know, terrible. But anyway, so no, again, we have clearly illegal behavior, regardless of if there's quid pro quo, right, that's spelled out. You cannot solicit information from a foreign government in order to help your political campaign. You just can't do that. That is a clear campaign finance violation. You're not allowed to do that, whether there is quid pro quo or not. Okay, I understand that. And Donald Trump clearly in that memo, which, by the way, now they're saying the transcript, well, it wasn't verbatim. Oh, that's your defense now. First they come out and say, here's the transcript of the call that you were asking for. It was absolutely perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. People read it, and it's like, actually, no, you were literally asking a foreign country to investigate your political rival. There's of course something wrong with that. Oh, that transcript turns out not a transcript. It's just a memo. And now that's part of their defense. Complete and utter insanity. But we saw in there, in the whistleblower complaint, that Trump clearly asked Zelensky for the favor of looking into both CrowdStrike and Joe Biden. In fact, he said, there's a lot of talk about Biden's son. That sounds definitely like Trump. A lot of people want to find out about that, so whatever you can do with the Attorney General would be great. definitely sounds like something Donald Trump would say. A lot of people, there's a lot of talk about Biden said that a lot of people want to get a lot of people want to find out and get to the truth. Mm, mm. No, totally him. So now mentions the Attorney General, so William Barr is involved. People at the State Department are involved. You had people uh, that U.S. diplomats exchanging text messages about this. Um, basically they're saying that they dangled the possibility of a summit between Zelensky and Trump in Washington. Donald Trump himself said, "You can come to Washington only if we get Ukraine to come out with a public statement of announcing an investigation." So here we are at Kurt Volker. Kurt Volker, who was in the text messages, he participated. He resigned shortly after. It said that U.S. aid to Ukraine was held up for political purposes, and that's it. Now we know that we have the memo of that call. We have the whistleblower complaint, as well as look. We also know that many other calls were locked down. Why is that? It's because Donald Trump committed clear crimes. He can't help himself. Now you have two whistleblowers. How many more are going to come forward? How many more people? I think this is only the beginning, personally, and I think that Donald Trump should be incredibly worried. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a patreon.com/TYTNation set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.